49ers made the wrong moves this NFL trade deadline. Let's start with the trades that never happened. The first one, the 49ers, they didn't trade or sign at least another corner. They knew that we won't count with Emmanuel Mosley for the rest of the season. They were banking on Jason Barrett at some point of the season to come back and be that companion to Mooney Ward. But Jason Barrett lost for the season too. Now you have two of your best cornerbacks in the IR. Now you're stuck with Demo Lenoir. That don't get me wrong, Demo Lenoir, I think that he has a lot of potential, but not in the outside corner position. He's more suitable to play inside in the slot or nickel. He's good. He's good. But he's not suitable to play full time on the outside corner. And we've seen it with him getting burned or committing penalties. So that is one of the first critiques that I want to make for the 49ers. Why they didn't trade or sign another corner. The second trade that never happened, Daron Payne from the Washington Commanders. You already made a huge mistake in the past in your defensive line. That was trading DeForest Buckner. Then the second mistake, selecting Solomon Thomas. And the third mistake, selecting Javon Kinlaw. Well, this trade, it will partially solve the problems that you made in the past. I'm not saying that Payne is as good as DeForest Buckner, but I can tell you that he's better than Solomon Thomas, and he's by default better than Javon Kinlaw because he can play. It's not permanent injury like Javon Kinlaw, unfortunately. And we know that Javon Kinlaw is good, but if you don't play, if you are not available for your team, it doesn't matter if you are the best player in the NFL. And I have no doubt that Payne is better than many defensive linemen that we have right now. And by the way, we have very good defensive linemen. So that addition, it will be, in reality, a huge addition for the defense. Now, the other two moves that they did happen. Number one, the trade for Christian McCaffrey. And we saw the game against the Kansas City Chiefs, which is, by the way, by any means, a measurement for the trade of Christian McCaffrey. It was just days before the game. He came and it was, absolutely outstanding that with 3 days of preparation, he went and played in that game. Now comes the game against the Rams, and he stole the show. He was the absolutely factor why the 49ers won that game. But then the game against the Chargers, this past game, it disappeared. Christian McCaffrey disappeared from the game. And I hope that it was just due to the fact that Elijah Mitchell came back and he had the hot hand, and Kyle Shanahan decided to go with him, better to go with Christian McCaffrey and give him some rest and breathing for the rest of the season. I hope that was the reason why we didn't saw more Christian McCaffrey. But again, you pay a lot, not only your resources regarding the draft, but also in money. You are paying a lot of money for a running back that is supposed to be your number one running back. Not to say that Elijah Mitchell is not good. Actually, he's absolutely great. This might be arguably the best tandem of running backs in the whole NFL. And probably not even close. Elijah Mitchell is that good. Now, the other move that happened was they trade Jeff Wilson to the Miami Dolphins for a fifth round pick. And Jeff Wilson Jr. is a hell of a player. Imagine that you have not only Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, and Jeff Wilson Jr. at the same time running the ball. That will be probably the best running backs of the decade. Uh, I don't know, but it will be absolutely outstanding. And you don't have the worry if one of them goes down with an injury. You can always rotate the three running backs. I understand that Jeff Wilson Jr., he felt a little bit salty with the decision of the 49ers to trade for Christian McCaffrey. Understandable, he felt betrayed and he wanted out of the 49ers. I cannot blame him for feel that way. Probably many other players that will feel the same. But here comes the big question. By having Elijah Mitchell back and Jeff Wilson Jr. out of this team, is this team better now? Having Elijah Mitchell and Christian McCaffrey. And by the way, this is very important. Jeff Wilson Jr. and Christian McCaffrey, they are completely different players. And Christian McCaffrey is more suitable to run outside the tackles. And one of the tackles that you have in your team, basically you cannot run behind him. And we are talking about Mike McGlinchey. So it just gives you opportunity to run on the left side or between the tackles. That Christian McCaffrey is not suitable. He can run between the tackles, but he's not his best when he's running between the tackles. Elijah Mitchell can run outside and can run between the tackles. Jeff Wilson Jr. can run outside and can run between the tackles. So for your scheme now that you are Kyle Shanahan has implemented, that we've seen more runs between the tackles that is stretching the field to the sides. I do believe that it was Jeff Wilson Jr.'s were more suitable to run the ball between the tackles than Christian McCaffrey. Now, Christian McCaffrey, we know, hell of a player. He brings another dimension. But now for your scheme, why you let go Jeff Wilson Jr. for a fifth round pick? And look how he's playing now with the Miami Dolphins. I'm not very convinced that the 49ers did everything to make that push for the Super Bowl in regarding the trades. I think they fell short by not bringing another corner. Probably the trade for Payne, it was more as a luxury, but the corner position, it was something that it needed to be addressed. There's no doubt about it. The Christian McCaffrey situation, we knew that he wanted out of the Panthers. And there was a lot of connection between the McCaffreys and the Shanahans. So it was understandable why the 49ers, they wanted to bring a player like Christian McCaffrey and to bring that boost and identity to the 49ers running the ball. I understand, absolutely. The difference is that he's not the perfect fit for the scheme that you're running right now. That is running more between the tackles. Let's see if Kyle Shanahan will make some adjustments and plays and design plays for Christian McCaffrey or Debo Samuel that they are more suitable to run outside the tackles. So let me know what you think. They were the right moves. The 49ers fell short. Comment down below, and like always, see you in the next one.